Okay, by the end of the day, I always go, "Oh man, I wish I did something creative." And I didn't because things, life, etc. But I want that to change. And if you want that to change too, we might be able to help each other out. I propose what we do is we're going to set a timer and just dabble for 15 minutes in whatever thing you want to do. So you can crochet, you can color, you can do underwater basket weaving. If you're like, I have no idea what to do, what I'm gonna do is grab a piece of paper and a pencil and I'll do a little sketchy prompt. But this is super low pressure creativity. So by the end of the day, we could say, oh yeah, you know what? I did do something creative today. I did it. And who will you be hanging out with this whole time? Let me who am I? Who am I? I am Mel or Melanie, and I am a dog walking cat lady that's looking for the wonder in the everyday right where we are. And I find that you usually find that through creativity, community, and nature, which is why I'm doing this right now, is because I think I'm going to hit a little bit of all three. So I'm going to put some instructions on the screen. When you see that, press pause. And that's how you're going to commit, because you're going to go get your stuff. Let's do this together for 15 minutes. You're going to get whatever supplies you need and then get a beverage if you want. Get cozy. We're just going to hang out. When you're ready, press play. And then I'll turn on a timer and we're just going to hang out together for 15 minutes. Sound good? We can do this. We can do this. We can be creative every day if we wanted to. So get ready to press pause in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it. Ugh. I've got my little cozy dinosaur lap pad. I've got paper. I've got a pen. I've got a drink. And I've got a timer. So let's do this. Pardon the very bright light. And let's go for 15 minutes. And I will put this right back. I'll put it right here, so maybe you can see it from there. Okay. All right, 15 minutes. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm looking out this window and I'm just going to draw what I see, but I'm going to try to draw it without lifting my pen up. So it's going to be just one line. I might have to lift it up because I have a fountain pen and it might get like all bleedy and gross, but we'll see. So I'm going to draw this window and just kind of look for shapes. So whatever you're doing, relax, get into it. I'm going to just talk to myself and probably talk out loud. But goal is just to hang out. Oh my God, I already broke my rule. I lifted up my pen. Okay, keeping my pen down. Now, why do this with folks? I feel like it's so much easier to do things with other people. I'm neurodivergent, and I think that even if you're not neurodivergent, I think this applies to a lot of folks where there's this thing called like body doubling where you can do something together and it's much easier. And when I was a teacher, I did this actually with grading, because grading, you know, there was so much to grade and we would get with teachers and be like, okay, we're going to grade together. And by grading together, we got a lot more done and it was just a lot more fun. So I think there's something to doing things in proximity with others. If anything, it's that much more enjoyable. I know that if it weren't for body doubling, I wouldn't get any of my laundry done. My husband gets the laundry going, and then I'll help him, but he has to get it going. If he doesn't start it, then I have hard times doing the laundry. And so mainly I help with the folding. I also wonder, historically, humans have created, when they're creating things, I think they create a lot with others. I don't know, you see stuff today now, it's like everybody has, not everybody, wouldn't that be nice? You have space for your own studio and people are working in their studio. And it just seems like a very solitary endeavor, which is how I always visualized creating art was, oh, creativity is a solitary endeavor. But then I started doing Dungeons and Dragons and other RPGs where you're creatively telling stories in a community. And we get a full-on go Hobbit mode, and make dinner and then hang out with each other and tell really silly stories and make each other laugh and then epically save the day. And it's the most creative I've felt in a long time was doing these events. And yet that wouldn't be classically put into like, oh, this is a creative endeavor. Coffee break. Okay, I'm gonna pause the nib and lift it up for a second. I know I'm cheating. Okay, put a pen down where it was. But yeah, so creating together, I think just, they used to, you hear things about like craft circles and things like that, but not everybody has access to like people who are interested in the same things or in the same area. So that's why I was thinking that this could be a fun way to hang out and have essentially like a craft circle, but it doesn't have to be crafts. I think it's crafts. People are really specific about the term craft, I think. That's why I like using the word dabbling, because I feel like dabbling can be anything. And it takes a little bit of that pressure off. But we could still dabble together. It's not a circle in that physical shape. What should we call it? What could we call it? The dabblers group. That sounds boring. The dabblers lounge. Lounge is fancy. I don't know if I've ever even been to a lounge, like a hotel lounge I've been in, but not more than that. Yeah, I like the idea of a lounge, but I don't know if that's exactly it. Open to ideas. Let me know what you think. But yeah, the idea of a creative area where we can hold each other accountable, but holding each other accountable sounds very like going to the gym, which is not a dream goal or vibe I want. I don't know about you. Hey, if you are a motivated gym goer, power to you. I am not. But something that we could just hang out, look forward to each other, like, oh, hey, we're going to hang out together. And just kind of let your brain relax. And I also think that sometimes when you're on, at least for me, when I'm on my own, everything is very serious. Like, oh, I got to draw it well. But when you're hanging out with other folks, there's not really any expectations. I mean, I guess some folks might have that expectation, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, diamond shapes. Oh, I'm gonna draw this. We've got a bird feeder that is empty. Very sad and empty. So there are no birds outside right now. Jackie would like me to fill the feeder. This is Jackie Onassis, by the way. If you see the other kitty, she is Betty Ford, and maybe the dogs will come around too. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, been doing one line. I hear. Oh, Betty's on the floor. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Like, I hear you purring. I hear your little licks. Hmm. So much shedding. It's the season. Do you have any pets around you right now? I wonder. I think they're very good motivators. Kind of puts things in perspective whenever I'm drawing. Like, I might be overly focused or intense. And then I look at my cat or I look at my puppy and it's just like, oh, there's a butterfly. There was a butterfly out the window. I don't, okay, I just recently got into butterflies. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, birds are amazing. And I just realized it. And I'm a nerd and I've always been into birds and I've loved birds for forever. Oh my gosh. But people are seeing birds now, which I'm just so happy for them. But I was kind of like, well, I feel like I wish I could get that, like, this is birds for the first time, that excitement. Which they're always exciting, but I don't have that newness. And I just discovered that though with butterflies. Like, I always, butterfly in the sky. Oh, I'm not gonna sing. But butterflies, I've always been like butterflies. And then, but recently I've learned some more about butterflies and they're so cool. And there was just a butterfly and I've never seen that type of butterfly before in my life. It was orangish, but it wasn't like a monarch. It was orangish and like dappled, and it's just like almost. I think there's a type that's called a checker spot. Maybe it's like that. I don't know. I've never seen it, and it left. It was here for just 2 seconds and flew off. So never would have saw that if I didn't take a 15-minute break to doodle and dabble with all you. Okay, I lifted my pen up there. I'm gonna put it back where it was. So what did you do this weekend? I got to go to an escape room this weekend, and weirdly enough, also played a game, a board game that was basically an escape room game. And then I watched an episode of Strange New Worlds, which is a Star Trek show, because Star Trek rocks. And it was escape room. It seems like everything right now is in the theme of escaping things. And right now, we are escaping stresses of day-to-day life with just some lovely dabbling. It was really intense. I felt bad because afterwards, the folks I went with, they were like, "You guys want to go grab lunch?" And I was just sensory overload, and I just said, "You know what? I gotta go home." And I took a nap because it was the weekend, and I was able to do that, which was very nice. Okay, I'm kind of now, like I drew most everything in my window, so now I'm like, what do I do now? So I'm just kind of layering in some patterns. This is where things get like, I guess this is the nice part of dabbling, is you just can start, this is the almost doodle part of dabbling, whereas if you're like, okay, I did everything, what do I do now? Sometimes you start doing something cool. What I'm doing is not cool, but sometimes it works out. And maybe next time it will be, but this is okay. I might be making things worse, but that's all right. Goal is not the output. The goal is the process of just hanging out. Don't forget to stop and take a sip of your beverage. As Cup says every day, days. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a loud buzzer. Okay. We did it. We did it. Timer's done. Okay, so day one, we have successfully been creative for 15 minutes. Pat on the back. Pat on the back. And the other animals over there. Okay, so the next step, you might be wondering, hey, what did you draw? Let me see. Well, guess what? I kind of want to see what you want to draw. So I know this is super anticlimactic, but this is where the community comes in for me, frankly, because I'm recording this right now. You are actually watching this. So your experience of this live, but in your own way. But I haven't been able to connect with you directly. And I really want that community aspect as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a picture of my dabbling on Instagram and on TikTok. I'll put the detail in my in the description, but it's the same. It's Mel Narish at Mel Narish. So I will post this up there. I would love if you would post yours as well, because then I get to, it comes full circle then, and then I get to join in to that community with you. And the way we can see each other's stuff is, let's just do hashtag day one dabbling, because I want to try to make this a daily habit. So tomorrow will be day 2. And then, do we do this for 30 days, however many days, whatever. But let's get this going. And I would love to see what you made, and we can share with each other. And that would be really nice. So I will make another one of these tomorrow, and I'll post it, and I'll link it using the magics of the interwebs. And I really look forward to seeing what you made and getting to hang out with you tomorrow. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. Now go say hi to somebody else and make somebody else's day a little bit brighter. Hi. Oh, yeah, thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow. Oh, God, so many joints.